This is a virtual pinball machine. It cost me a few $1,000s to build, and it took me, honestly, I don't even know how many hours to configure, and my ADHD brain has now decided that this is my entire purpose. Welcome back to ADHDoes, the show where I get way too obsessed with a new hobby and then drag you down the rabbit hole with me. So how did this happen? Easy. I've always been fascinated by pinball machines. A friend of my parents had one in his basement when I was a kid, and since I played it, I've always wanted one. Or two. Or 10. And that's one of the problems with pinball machines. They are not cheap. A brand new Stern pinball machine starts at around $7,000, and that's just the basic model. The limited editions with literally all the bells and whistles will run nearly double that. So it is a huge investment, and asking my ADHD brain to choose just one is literally impossible. Or so I thought, until I saw one cool video of someone playing a digital version of an impossible pinball table. And now I have 63 browser tabs open, a custom-built arcade cabinet, and I can explain the intricacies of force feedback like it's my doctoral thesis. Normal people just play video games. My brain decided to simulate a real physical game and build a giant box around it. Okay, for the uninitiated, virtual pinball is where you play digital versions of pinball tables, either recreations of real ones or entirely new, impossible designs, on a computer, often in a custom-built cabinet. Sounds simple enough. It's basically just a video game and a box, right? Wrong. It is like building a custom gaming PC, then wiring it to a dozen arcade buttons and screens for the playfield and backglass, and then configuring an emulator that's older than most of its users, and then sourcing custom artwork, and then, well, you get the idea. And the components? Oh my god, the components. You've got the playfield screen, the backglass screen, the DMD screen, that's dot matrix display obviously, haptic feedback solenoids, shaker motors, LED flashers, digital plunger kits. It's less about playing pinball and more about becoming an electrician, carpenter, and software engineer all at once. You know how some hobbies just require one small thing to get started? Yeah, virtual pinball does not. You either buy a pre-built machine for the price of a small car, or you spend 3 months in your garage covered in sawdust, solder, and wires cursing about flipper lag. And then the tangent. Because ADHD isn't about learning one thing, oh no, it's about learning everything. So now I'm knee-deep in visual pinball table scripts. I've watched 18 hours of tutorials on how to troubleshoot ancient VBScript errors because one flipper isn't responding. I'm pretty sure I could code a simple game now, but I can't seem to get the tilt sensor just right. Also, somehow I've learned about the history of real pinball manufacturers. Fun fact, Bailey, Williams, and Gottleby, these aren't just names, they're entire sagas of innovation, bankruptcy, and arcade legends. I know about solid state versus electromechanical, and why the Addams family is still the highest selling table of all time. I even know why the backglass Spirit 76 is controversial. My brain is a terrifying place. And then it happens. The crash. 3 weeks in, my garage is a disaster zone. I haven't seen a daylight in who knows how long. And I realize I spent countless hours building a machine that I now only want to tweak and optimize, not actually play. But hey, at least now I know what a nudging algorithm is, and I'm ready to drop $200 on custom arcade buttons that light up in like 16 million different colors. So yeah, that's the latest Hyperfocused, virtual pinball. The engineering is insane, the bugs are relentless, and the community is a perfect mix of coders, builders, and flipper addicts. If you have any questions, please drop a comment below. I literally love talking about this stuff. Next week, who knows? Could be home espresso machines, could be urban foraging, could be a 10-hour tangent on why garden gnomes are actually sentient. Hit subscribe if you want to fall into the rabbit hole with me, because ADHD doesn't let me out.
If you've made it this far, please take a quick second to like and subscribe.